welcome. Settle in. This is an all signs reading for June. What's coming in for us all? What fresh hell is this? Or could it be all glitter and unicorns? We just don't know, but I'm very up for it. Grab yourself a drink. Oops. I've got myself a peppermint and licorice tea. So this is love life, destiny, career, channeled messages and any other kind of whatnot that we need to know as we enter the heady heights of June. June is one of my favourite months. May is my absolute favourite, to be fair. June is my second favourite. Leave me a comment, let me know your favourite month. Let me know what you're drinking, especially if it's something a little bit cheeky. Okay, any star sign, any subject. Let's have a looky see. I'm going to take just 2 cards. Oh, that's a bit nice. 3 actually. That give us a flavour only of what direction we're heading in. Okay, and this is rather nice. We get a lot of feminine energy here. We get Temperance, Sagittarius energy, and the energy of kind of stuff coming in on the one hand, and then we're dealing with it and we're sending it off with the other. Okay, like this. With the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy, and again the energy of being able to really use your intuition this month. Now I reckon as you come into the month, you're already using your intuition even more than you normally do. For some of us, there is a situation where we need to move from something that's a bit trapped or a bit complex, more into something that is more open. It doesn't always, although I think it probably does, mean that it's better, but it's certainly something that has a way forward rather than something that seems to be folding in on itself. I think that May, we had Mercury retrograde until mid-May, and I think for a lot of people there was a lot of pressure about what have we got in our lives that we need to dispense with, that we need to get away from, or we need to expand, or even, move beyond and grow beyond. It feels like this gives us scope. June, of course, is like halfway through the year, and this does feel like, whether it's to do with your relationship, whether it's to do with your career, whether it's the whole big ticket items, what am I doing with my life? Where am I at in 2023? Am I maximizing my potential? This is a major pivot month, okay? Kind of month you're going to look back on and think, that is when I turned a corner. June 2023, I was lying back in my elasticated trousers. I'd got myself a nice drink. And it was June, my favourite month. I was watching Gemstone Tarot when everything changed for me. That kind of thing. Maybe not that dramatic, but just a little because this is very powerful. This is also assistance. Notice that they are not getting in the boat and, I was going to say driving it, sailing it themselves, navigating it, whatever you're steering it, I don't know what you call it, driving it. Somebody's doing it for them. So this can also be help coming in from the outside, help coming in from a different source, which I think is going to be very welcome. And for some of you, it's a bit of a surprise. This is particularly for those of you that are empaths, that are people who can scry. I mean, sometimes you don't just say, I'm a tarot reader, I'm an empath, I'm a Reiki healer, or I'm this or I'm that. Sometimes you're just you, but you've got some special gifts that you can't quite explain, okay? It's for you lot. It feels like, especially here with this gorgeous Queen of Cups, that the way to navigate is not particularly with a map. In fact, we throw away the map in June that we previously held to. What we thought was going to happen, what we have always been taught was going to happen, whatever the story was that we come to June with, get ready to rewrite your story. Get ready to make something completely different, okay? It's a pivotal month. We're going to look at what happens in your career. We're going to look at what happens in your destiny, and we're going to look at what happens in your love life. So there's our opener. That's our energy opener. That's not bad, is it? I like the energy of that. I also like the fact that these have got stars on. I don't know if you can see it in there. Oh, you can as well. Whoa! Okay, that's good. Let's have a look at destiny cards. If this resonates with you, there will be an extended reading where we focus even more on the love part, okay? How do they feel about you? What's going on with that person? We channel messages from that person, and it all gets, frankly, a little bit weird and wonderful. So if you get to the end and this is your story, it really resonates, then that one is available to you. It's the first link in the description box. Okay. Destiny, please. Nice. Oh my God. Okay. I'm doing it in threes today. Normally I've been doing it in pairs, but today, yeah, it's threes and it's all fire. All fire for the destiny, okay? Whew. Like the touch paper, it's making me feel fiery. And I'm not fiery, not really, I'm all water, me. Okay, see what the moon, not even in a fire moon. Okay, cool. This guy, Knight of Wands, in he comes, he's all fire, he's all enthusiasm, he's all furry bottomed flare trousers, oh yes. There's the glitter and the unicorns that I was talking about. It feels good, not gonna lie, this feels like good energy. So there's a destiny here. For some of you, this may cross over into love life. That's my crossing over into love life mime. Because it just feels like it's got a little bit of something going on, okay? This is not a shrinking violet. This is not a what's up text. This is not a maybe. This is more of a kind of, I don't know, it puts a smile on your face. And for a few of you, I do feel that that is linked to this. And it may be that all our categories just cross over. Can you see here, this guy? Don't know why, you know, both of them have got a big stick. Just saying. But at the same time, it's like it's movement and momentum and moving you forward. Knight of Wands is usually quite sudden, so it can be somebody suddenly coming into the scene, coming into your life. It's like an explosion, it's a rocket. It's not always the safest, most well thought out thing you're ever going to do. I'm not sure that it has to be though, because that's not the fun of the Knight of Wands. The fun of the Knight of Wands is like, pow, I'm here, let's do it, let's go, I'm ready, you come in, let's go, get on the back of my horse. You know, that kind of energy. Now, what I really like here as well is we get it with the Sun card. Major Arcana gloriousness and more glitter and unicorns here. This is just, I mean, you can't say anything bad about the Sun card. It's radiance, it's healing, it's good energy, and it's a feeling of success. Yang, masculine energy, drive. If you have been feeling a bit kind of, and I think a lot of us have, because on the daily channel, just been seeing that from a lot of people where they're like, ugh, you know, it's a bit of a kind of, we're on a treadmill type feeling. And this can build up when we get through New Year and all the New Year's resolutions and you just think, oh, here I am. If you've had some of that feeling, this is like a fuel injection in a car. You know, it's the rockets going off. I'm very full of fire and all sorts of rocket noises today. I don't know what's going on. It feels like good momentum. So expect there to be good fortune. Expect June to bring some surprises. Okay, now we can't legislate for surprises. For some of you, fire sign people will feature because the sun rules Leo, but it's also a fire. It's like the fire you know, the ultimate in fire. The Knight of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. And then the third card that I get to go with them is the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is where the Ace of Wands kind of multiplies and multiplies again, and fire starts to multiply, and it just feels, it feels like something's building. So if you've been wondering where's the energy gone? Where's the momentum gone? You know, where's that switch that I used to hit that powered all my rockets, you know, that made things happen in my life? This looks very good. Of course, in the Northern Hemisphere, this comes along with the good weather, you know, and that is a real Brucey bonus, because it just feels like you're fueled physically by the weather, you're uplifted. Maybe for those of you that find the winter difficult in terms of the lack of light and the, you know, the longer nights and the shorter days and all that stuff, there's a time, and I would think as well it will be around summer solstice, here we are, 21st of June, when the sun also moves into Cancer. So shout out to all you Cancerians there as well. So give me a little, put a crab in the comments section. So, oh, this is rather gorgeous actually. The whole scenario is absolutely lovely. We've got a new moon in Gemini on the 18th. And then on the 21st, deliciousness, we've got the summer solstice with also the sun entering Cancer. Yeah, this is a very pivotal time, as it should be. But it's a time, if you've got any kind of business meeting to set up, if you've got any kind of party, get together, even if you were going to have a talk with like a romantic person, you know, you needed to have a deep conversation, I would still say that was a good time to have it. It's good luck, it's good juju, it's new moon energy. If you're thinking of manifesting in particular, and you've got something in mind, particularly if that thing is to do with moving from one state to another. Now, this could be literal, that you want to physically move house, or you want to move your domicile wherever it is, or you want to move state, you want to move country, you just like a bit hemmed in where you are. There's a feeling here that things could be on the move. It's, if you're going to make a pivot this month, that is the time. Almost the month pivots at that time as well, as we move out of Gemini energy and into Cancer energy. Okay, let's have a look at what's going on with career with this, and then we'll look at love life and then tie it all together a bit. What do we need to know about our career path? And this can be anything from your hobbies, the way you spend your day, to your absolute, you know, massive corporate job, because careers these days, it's all sorts. It encompasses all sorts: working from home, working from the office, gig economy, having several jobs. Oh yes. Okay. Oh, this is tremendous. This reading is gorgeous. Hit the, oh, okay, there's the rest of the cards. Hit the like button, I was going to say, before I literally liberally flung the cards all over the, oh my God, they will have that one. Oh, hit the like button if you're liking this. I'm going to hit my own like button because I'm liking it. Oh my God, that's absolutely gorgeous. Right, hang on. Let's put you there. It's giving me an itchy nose. Oof. Crumbs. Okay. Here's what came up for the work cards before I flung everything all over the floor. Okay, first of all, we're getting the Five of Wands. So you may find yourself, as we come into June, a little bit crowded. This could be that your brain is crowded. It could be that your head is crowded. It could be that there are many people trying to get their two penneth in. Remember the Temperance card. Let it all flow in. Let it all flow out. Don't try and argue with these people. Don't try and argue your point. There's no point to arguing your point. Let it all just wash over you and out the other side. It's pretty meaningless, actually. It will reach a point, we've got the 10 of Wands, which I really like. Can we see the stars? Only just. 10 of Wands is where you reach a point where you don't, in fact, look, we've got the 5 multiplied by 2 is the 10. You reach a point, some of you with your career, with what you're doing, where you think to yourself, I'm just not sure if I love this anymore. I'm just not sure I can do this anymore. I'm not really sure that I want to do this anymore. And maybe when you started out doing this, it was a good deal, or you liked it, or there was a reason, or you didn't really think about it because a job's a job. Doesn't matter. Something comes in where you have these rockets of desire with the Knight of Wands, with the Sun, with the 3 of Wands, and with this kind of need as well to know that you're going somewhere and to know that where you're going is actually good. You know that you're leaving somewhere behind to get to somewhere really good, okay? And the energy that we have is frustration, feeling a bit trapped, just feeling a bit like there's too many voices, there's too many people, there's too many opinions. You are done. You're just going to drop the responsibility. Some of you will feel the desire this month to pare right back on what you're doing. And this might not be possible in some careers or jobs. You don't get as much control as that to kind of pare everything back. But I feel like you're going to look like you're putting, like, let's say you don't like the job, but you can't leave just yet. You're going to find a way of looking like you're putting in maximum effort when you're not. Because your mind is starting to think to itself, there is more to this. You know, I've got these rockets of desire. I've got all this energy building up. I can see other horizons. I'm not stuck here. And sometimes that is just the first step. But this is the pivot. It's where you look back and you think, that was the time of year I got sick of my job, or I just realised this wasn't forever, or I didn't want to do this forever, it wasn't for me. Okay? Next card you get for career is Make Love, Not War. It's the 2 of Cups. This is nice. So this is an exchange of ideas with something or someone you love. It could be talking it over with a significant other. It can be finding love at work, but it can also be partnerships or ideas that you come up with people that you really chime with, that you really like. Or finding or networking or being headhunted for something that not only is a career or a job, but you actually love it at the same time. It's full of passion. It's full of heart. That's Venus in Cancer. It's full of meaning. And also it's a feeling that you're where you belong. Some of you feel in your current place that you're working or your current career that you don't really belong there. And that is okay for a set amount of time. But it's not okay if you're an empath and you are particularly fueled by heart-driven energy, but you can't use any of that in your given occupation. It makes it just a job. And it makes it finite. And most empaths are looking at the infinite. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Now, oh my God. These are the 2 cards that fell on the floor. I'm bridging into your love life from career, all right? And there are some common threads. It's very interesting. This is very good. So we get the Ace of Cups. Oh, joy and rapture. Love me the Ace of Cups. I mean, it's gorgeous. Which is self-love, but also it's like a self-love fountain. You know, I am now getting into the realm of things that I love. I'm going to do the hobbies I love. I'm going to do the job I love, or I'm going to make plans to get nearer to the job I love and out of the one I don't. In terms of love life, I am going to recognize my own rainbowy worth. Okay? It seems sometimes when we think about that, that's quite I don't know, sometimes self-love sounds like loneliness to me. What do you think? Let me know in the comments section. It isn't if you do it right, but if you're doing it out of like desperation or because you think you should and you're not really feeling it, God, it can feel really empty, can't it? So this is a sense in which you actually genuinely start to have feelings for yourself. And it's the bridge to your love life that we're going to look at in a sec. Because it comes up with, and I love it when two aces come up together, comes up with the Ace of Wands. Fire is huge for you in June. Fire signs, fire sign activities, stuff that's a little bit more out there, a little bit more extrovert, passion, drive, Kundalini energy, all of that, yes. Put these two together and you've got something really, really powerful, okay? Really powerful. Putting energy into things that you love, putting energy into yourself, putting energy into self-worth. I would say around the time of the new moon on the 21st, I think it was, the 18th, and the solstice, that you have a window. So it's a window where you can do any journaling, any manifesting, any vision boarding of where you want to be, but also what you love about where you are now. Even if there are many things you don't love about where you are now, that's not the point. Okay? The point is now to utterly big up, technicolor, appreciate the good stuff, because what this is going to do is put a real glow on you, which is going to come out in your love life. Okay? Sometimes you have to be the person that you want to attract, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're not. And this was never truer than this month. Now, some love cards fell on the floor, so let's look at them. Oof, gosh. Whew. By gum. We have the Empress. Divine feminine energy is going to be very important for your love life, and I think it's your divine feminine energy. The Empress is the power of all the queens put together. So you've got your intellect, you've got your fire, you've got your water and your intuition, and you've got your earthiness. All of these things can be used. Okay, if you can find any kind of meditation that uses fire, air, earth and water, use the elements this month. I've never said that before in a reading. That's channeled. Look into it more. I don't even know if anybody does, and they must do, because everyone does everything on YouTube. There must be some elemental meditations, guided meditations. And don't just choose your own element. Like, I'm very heavy water element in my charts with quite a lot of air. But it's very important to lean into fire and earth then for me. Make sure you're balancing out your 4 elements. So if you know your chart, and you can get your natal chart off Cafe Astrology, even a rough idea of it, if you don't know the time of your birth, you can still get some of it. Find out what elements you've got. Just have a look around. It will tell you in a very simple list. And just know that you need to look into the other elements and balance those out. And you can do that by chakras, you can do it by meditation. Along with the Empress, we get the 6 of Wands. So expect in your love life that feminine energy is going to bring success. Now, feminine energy is often overlooked. It's very powerful. The Empress, you know, she doesn't look like the Knight of Wands, where he's like full of energy. He's on the horse, you know, it's got fire, he's got a big stick, he's all about it. Come on, woohoo, let's go. The Empress is more, here I am. I know who I am. I love myself. Here's Venus. This is my throne. The animals come to me. And so does everybody else. Do you know what I mean? It has this very magnetic quality. Get into that magnetic quality, because it's going to win for you. So if you are in a thorny, difficult love situation, that's proving to be hard work, stop working for it. Stop working for it this month, because the success comes from quietly knowing you've got this, that you're good enough, that you're worthy, that you're more than damn worthy, that you are the Ace of Cups. You're like, everywhere I go, rainbows shoot from me. Do you know what I mean? My cup is overflowing. This is amazing. Then for love life, Queen of Wands with the Seven of Swords. Queen of Wands is quite crafty as a queen. Okay, she's obviously fire again. She's got my cat Valentine there on her knee. Valentine is very crafty. She's very, very, very crafty. Queen of Wands with the Seven of Swords is telling me that you may need to play your cards a bit close to your chest in your love life if you want to get the best outcome. So this is perhaps not the time that you blab the farm, that you wear your heart on your sleeve, that you tell everyone your true intentions about everything. I'm not saying that you should lie. I'm just saying the Seven of Swords, sometimes it's the thief card, someone's doing the dirty on you. But sometimes the Seven of Swords is that you need to be the one sort of looking over your shoulder and wondering when the best time is, and keeping and operating on a need to know basis. Okay? Don't tell people what they don't need to know. That's interesting. Leave me a comment about that. And then here, oh yes, hello you. King of Swords, look out all you Cancerians, and we've got the Death card. There's a big change. Big change coming in. For some of you, there may be an air sign coming in. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or an air sign that you know is going to change up their behavior quite a lot, okay? Something with the Death card, Scorpio energy. There's a deep dive into something different. I feel like there could be a shift after the 21st when we have the solstice as well. So make sure in your love life that if this is something you've been wanting to shape or change, or you want to change your route to where you're going to go next, that you've been doing that manifesting previous to the solstice around the time of the new moon. And if you can, with the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands, keep the negativity to a minimum. It's not always easy. That would be great. Let's have a love oracle card. In the extended reading, I'm going to use a whole new deck. So I think I'll do a whole new love reading in the extended as well, with a different deck. And I've got some new love oracle cards to use, which I'm very excited about. So we're going to have a dig around with those. We channel messages from your person, and we ask, how do they feel about you? What's going on behind the scenes? And what is the best way to move forward for June 2023? Okay, it's that one. Oh God, we keep getting this card, don't we? We got it in, I think we got it in the love readings as well. Okay. Reparenting yourself. Do you remember that Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands? Sometimes this is going back to the gaps that come from a long time ago. So if you find yourself in a state where you really dread abandonment, you're acting defensively out of fear, that you're overthinking, that you're selling yourself short, that you are accepting crumbs when it should be a big old stinking French baguette, you know, that whatever it is, sometimes there's some reparenting that needs to be done. And you can look on YouTube. There are various exercises that you can do. I usually myself, if you're going to do this, find that it's better to do it as a meditation. And when you feel a time that you can do that, particularly for those of you that might be struggling a bit in your love life, this will be the key to it. Because you won't be looking for the love that you should have had before, which can sometimes put your love life in negative equity. You want to be at a point where you're firing on all cylinders and your cup is overflowing, because what that's gonna do is attract a better outcome, whether you're single or coupled. Okay, so plug that gap and make up the difference through reparenting yourself. This would be particularly good, I would say, around the time of that new moon on the 18th. It's particularly going to have benefits for you. This is a really juicy reading, actually. It's very positive. It's very, it's full of light and glamour and glitter and the unicorns. And I love that. Love that for June. I'm going to go do the extended, so the link is below if you want to join me there. Otherwise, if this is where you leave me, do leave a like, a comment, or subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the other side. Namaste.